Hello fellow doctors, my name is Julius Haryadi. I'm internal medicine physician working here in the United States. Today I'm going to teach you how to review question bank properly. In the previous video I mentioned that review is the thing that will improve your score consistently. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead, you can watch the video. I want to structure this video into three main things. One, the very fundamental concept, the principles that I want you to have when you review question bank. Second is, what are the three things that would make you achieve the goal that I mentioned as the fundamental principle. And then the last thing is the basic tactics, basic strategies, the actual practical thing that you would do in order to achieve all of those. The fundamental thing when you review the question bank is this. I want you to have this mentality. When you review the question bank, the goal is that in the future, you will answer the question correctly for any variations of question that has the same concept. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're doing question about dementia. Diagnosis of dementia, there's Alzheimer, frontal lobe, Lewy body, yada yada. And then the educational objective of that particular questions may be, let's say the answer was Alzheimer, and then Alzheimer showed that the visual spatial dysfunctions happen first, yada yada yada. But the actual whole concept of that question was diagnosis of dementia. So your mentality when you review that question is that any dementia diagnosis type of questions, that's whole concept that being tested, I will have to get it right in the future. So today, maybe the answer is Alzheimer, but I need to know when it is frontal lobe. I need to know when it is Lewy body. I need to know when it's a Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. I need to make sure that any future variation of questions, I will get it right in the future. Now, that's the mentality that I want you to have. Now, it's important to not go into the rabbit hole where, oh, it's about dementia. Okay, now everything, like treatment and next step management, and you don't need to do that. It's still within the context of that questions. Now, they didn't mention the 6 or the 7 types of dementia. Let's say the vitamin B12 deficiency or subdural hematoma, and it's not mentioned in that particular questions. You don't need to extend yourself to review those, just within the context of that particular question. Now, that's the mentality you want to have. Now, I'm going to teach you what are the 3 things that you can do to ensure that you achieve that goal. Number 1, you want to understand each and every words, phrases, sentences in the question bank. Obviously, that would ensure that you're able to anticipate any variations being tested in the future. You cannot miss any words, cannot miss any phrases. You have to understand everything. If you miss and you don't understand something, you can use ChatGPT. Before, you probably ask your tutor or whatever, as seniors, Google. And now the fastest way is just to ask ChatGPT. Make sure you understand. I created a video about how to study USMLE using ChatGPT. You can check that too. Then the next thing is, make sure that you review all questions. Doesn't matter whether you got it correct, incorrect, not sure, you review all of them the same way. You review the correct ones the same way you review the incorrect ones. Now, the third thing is you want to review the questions to the point that if you redo the question again and read the explanation again, there is no additional information that you'll gain. So you extracted the information so much, you understand everything in that explanation within that context, within that questions. You understand and extract so much that there is no additional value when you redo the question the second or the third time. So those are the 3 things that you want to do so you can achieve the goal that I mentioned first time, right? Any future variation questions, you have to get it right. Now, let's talk about tactics, more of like the practical strategies. So this is what you want to do. Number 1, you want to review the incorrect ones first, and then the marked ones, and then the correct ones. If you mark them, I don't usually mark the questions. If you watch my USMLE test taking strategies video series, and by the way, it's available for free. You can go to juliusharyadi.com/USMLE test taking strategies. The link will be available down below. If you watch my USMLE test taking strategies, I don't really mark questions. So yeah, but it doesn't matter. You review all of them, but you want to do in more structured order. So you go to incorrect, and then the one that you're not sure, and then the correct one. And then tactics number 2, if there is a pictures or tables of some sort, it's faster. It saves time if you read the explanation first, then you go table and then interpret them. And the third thing is, once you're done that, my recommendation is, again, Anki, right? So you want to create Anki flashcards so that you can review it in the future. Right now, the USMLE World, if you use Uworld, there is a built-in flashcard that you can use, which is practical. I have no problem for you using that. It's great. It's practical. Use that. It doesn't matter for me. For me, it's because Anki, you can save it for the future, and then it's just stay with you your whole life. That's why I prefer Anki. But you want to do the USMLE World flashcard, that's completely fine. But you want to create a flashcard that you can review in the future. Now, what cards that you need to make, how to make those cards, I actually already create videos for that. My Anki triple triad method, which I'm gonna put in the link in the description below, that you can watch and learn how to create effective Anki cards. Then once you're done for all the questions, you want to review it at the end of the day. You can't skip review. I mentioned in the video before this. Review is what improves your scores. So you want to review it at the end of the day. And at the same day where you do the questions, don't review it the next day, but you have to review it the same day. This would also mean if you're following me up to now, you realize, wow, that takes a lot of time. Yes, that takes a lot of time. If you do 1 hour, like a 40 question block, then it will take you, I would say, at least an hour or more to do all of this. You see, but you don't have to do 40 questions, right? So it depends on your study schedule. I don't know what your schedule is. If you feel like you only have maybe 1 hour of study, then do 5 or 10 questions and then review them after. The key is the amount of the review that you have to put. So if you feel like you need to review 30 minutes for 5 questions and you only have 1 hour of extra study, then you just fit on your schedule that way. Just don't leave the review. Review is the most important thing to do. So that's how to review the question bank. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video for more USMLE and residency matching tips. Bye now.